Hey guys, this is Market Update. Absolute chaos in crypto over the weekend. Most people's trading positions in altcoins just wiped out by that price action. If you hold spot, then not much difference. Most coins have recovered a lot of that move. Bitcoin went down 20%. It's now down 10% from the all-time high, recovered half of it. Are we topping out for this bull market though? We just cannot get over this level, can we? I'll try and explain that in this video, and then an update on my trading positions. During the flash crash overnight, or overnight my time anyway, these two bids got hit. So I had those in the system, 106, 107. So I've actually added to my position here. I'm not going to get out of my position. And I want to talk about leverage. You can't use leverage in altcoins. They're 80 vol assets. They regularly fall 60%. You can't use leverage with that. It's impossible. You have to buy spot, wait for drawdowns if you want to buy. And those are insanely risky and volatile investment. You can't use leverage with that, right? You basically have a 99.99% chance of getting liquidated if you use leverage with altcoins. With Bitcoin, the implied volatility is like 50 still, right? So you're looking at normal volatility, that it could go down 50%. So in terms of using leverage, you have to be extremely, extremely low if you want to use it. I don't recommend it for most people. I started broking more than 15 years ago. I've got a lot of experience. The amount of leverage that I'm using, my trade size in relation to my portfolio is 0.5%. So it's basically irrelevant if I have it on or off, right? I'm just trying to keep sharp. And what I'm doing is trying to go short dollars, long Bitcoin. And as long as the short dollar side has a funding rate lower than the annual rate of return of Bitcoin, I can fund that trade for years and years. It doesn't matter to me. The trade size doesn't matter to me. That means that I can keep in control, and I'm not traded out, or I'm not pushed around by the market and price movements. I don't know what's going to happen to the price any more than anyone else. And so don't focus on that. You have to focus on the things that actually exist, which is the implied volatility of Bitcoin. If you're using leverage, what is the funding rate? Can you fund the position, etc.? Even still, my trade size is 0.5% of my portfolio. If you're trading 2x, 3x leverage on altcoins, 99.99% certain you're going to get wiped out. And so don't use leverage with extremely volatile assets. And if you do, keep it very, very low. The growth rate of Bitcoin is enough, 25, 30, 40% a year. It's enough, right? You do that for 5, 6, 7 years, and you're much higher than most other assets. Using leverage is extremely risky. And so for most people, if you don't have experience, extremely low, or just don't use it, right? I've updated the crypto course with October updates. If you've got the course, just go and watch those videos now. They'll be free for you. I'll also leave a discount to the crypto course down below. If you type BTC at checkout, you can get 10% off 300 videos on trading professionally, and also updated for free forever for existing users. Bitcoin has one foot in TradFi, one foot in crypto right now. Right, everyone owns Bitcoin now. Sovereign wealth funds, pension funds, right? They're starting to get into it, but it's volatile, right? It's also volatile because it collateralizes crypto. So you've got 80% drawdowns in altcoins overnight. Bitcoin is collateralizing a lot of those trades. So it has to get sold off for dollars to fund the losses in those trades. It's more volatile, but it has higher returns. We have to know this generally and set the portfolio up so that we don't get wrecked. Number one rule in finance is not to get wrecked. Don't overreach. But generally, if the NASDAQ is higher, Bitcoin's going to do okay. If the NASDAQ is down, we're in a recession, or there's fear about that, and stocks are down or weak, Bitcoin's going to be weak. So what happens after a big VIX spike or a drawdown in the stock market generally? This is for the NASDAQ, a 30% single day VIX spike. 84% of the time we are higher within 30 days. Typical gain 5%. You typically get big drawdowns in bull markets, right? You melt up, big drawdown, melt up, big drawdown. That's typical bull market price action, to be fair. If we're looking at the S&P, minus 2.5% after an all-time high, you're looking at 3 months later, 88% of the time it's a positive move with an average of 6%. That'd be higher for the NASDAQ in terms of the returns, and higher for Bitcoin still. If the stock market's going to go up, then I'm not worried about my Bitcoin trades. In terms of this bull market, it's 3 years in length. The average is 5.5, and the average return 191%, and we're up 88%. Now, all these are different. This is the average, but as long as the stock market's doing okay, then I'm going to be finding my Bitcoin trades. Bitcoin is number 5 in terms of all US ETFs right now, right? It's looking to get higher year-to-date flows than something like VU and IVV, which the S&P index is, right? It's right up there. It's not going anywhere. So I think the risk of Bitcoin failing completely is over. Now, all you have to figure out is what's the implied volatility over time, and how much money can you put into that, and how long can you get exposure to it. the main issue we have with Bitcoin right now is that the 100K sellers aren't exhausted yet. TradFi, after the ETFs came in, moved the price up, right? 50, 70, 100. They found supply at 100. And they're not exhausted yet at that 100K level. We've been in this for a year. We've basically moved sideways for a year, right? We were at 100K almost a year ago. We moved above it a bit, below it, above it again. We're still around this level. There's still sellers here. TradFi has bought more Bitcoin this year than it did last year, and we've still got a few months left, and we've still gone sideways mostly for this year. So there is a lot of selling at 100K. You have to exhaust these sellers before the bull market is over in order to re-rate higher. And if you don't, and the stock market comes off early, then we're not going to go above this, right? And so that's an issue. Now, for the most part, that data shows that the NASDAQ usually does quite well after a VIX spike, right? So 3 months, another 3 months. Are these sellers going to get exhausted? I don't know, but it's something to watch, definitely. Right? You need these sellers to just clear out before you can go higher. And if you get another 3-6 months of the bull market, that should be okay. But if the bull market ends in the next few weeks, that's the top, right? I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think that's likely. I think it's more likely that we stick in the bull market. If you have the crypto course, this is an update for you guys, completely free. If you don't have it yet, I'll leave a discount link to the crypto course below. Just type the code at checkout and you'll get a link there. You can also get deposit and trading bonuses on Bybit and Apex as well, the links in the description. I'm James, this is MoneyZG. Cheers for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.